For today's class, we're going to need a tennis ball or a small ball, your Pilates ball, a little bit deflated, a couple of small weights, and a block. As always, please modify if you need to modify something that doesn't work for you. And we have a full workout. We're going to get started with a little bit of mobilization. So put all your props except for your Pilates ball away from the sides of your body. We'll get started with the Pilates ball. Lay on your back. Your sacrum is on the floor. Keep your feet about hip-width apart and wiggle your hips just to reset your pelvis here. Little circles in place, like you circling or staring a little apart, and then go the other way. Good. Hug your right knee to your chest. Gently relax your shoulders down. Circle your ankle. And then hands behind your hamstrings. Bend and straighten your leg. Let it be soft. We're just warming up here. Doesn't have to be fully straight. But resist your hamstrings to your hands so your hips are elongated. Good. And then release it and change. Hug your left knee. Notice how the hips feel on this side. Circle your ankle. Hands behind your hamstrings. Bend and straighten your leg. Resist your hamstrings to your hands a little bit. And slowly release and let it go. Nice. Take the Pilates ball in your right hand. Keep your knees upright. Inhale. And I take the right hand over to the left. Keep your knees upright. Lift your chest up. Depress the shoulders. And slowly bring your ball right back. Inhale. Exhale, right hand all the way over to the left. Lift your head. Depress the shoulders. Keep the ball on the left hand. Come all the way back. Inhale. Lift your left hand up. Cross it over. Keep your knees upright. Lift your chest. Open your arm to the left. Inhale. Exhale, up and over. Breathe in here. And slowly come back center. Good. Take the ball between your knees. Lift your feet up all the way. On the exhale, take your hips to the left, all the way to the floor. Lift your right hand up. Inhale, lift your head, reach over to the left. Breathe in here. Let your right hand pass your left hand. And up from your thoracic spine, grace your left hand, grace your chest, open your arm to the right, gaze to the right. Inhale, lift your right hand up. All the way over to the left, lift your head, depress the shoulders, breathe in here. Exhale, grace your left hand, grace your chest, open to the right. Power your core, lift your legs up, and keep your sacrum grounded for now. Inhale, exhale, tick-tock your hips to the right. Lengthen your hips, don't touch. Get a massage in your spine, and then use your core, come back center. Inhale, exhale to the left. Breathe, lengthen your hips away from your ribs. Inhale, come center. Exhale, travel over to the right. And now rest your knees and your legs on the floor. With your next breath, left hand comes all the way up, over to the right. Lift your chest up. Open, grace your left hand to your chest. Open to the left. Gaze to the left. Energize your left shoulder closer to the floor. Inhale, lift your left hand up and over. Breathe. The movement is for your thoracic spine. And now grace your hand and your heart. Come all the way to the left. Energize your left shoulder. Breathe and lengthen your hips. With your next breath, power your core. Lift your legs all the way up. Inhale. Exhale, tick-tock over to the left. Lengthen your hip, mobilizing your low body now mainly. Use your core, come back home, inhale. Exhale over to the right. Notice the sensations in your spine. Slowly come upright and release your legs down to the floor. Good. Ground your feet on the floor. Hands alongside your body. Depress the shoulders. Sacrum on the floor. Inhale. We're going to go up to a very small bridge. So lift your tailbone first. Lift your sacrum and then lift your low back. Your ribs are on the floor. Now claw the mat with your toes. Breathe in here. Notice if your low back is taking over. You don't want to overly engage the glutes because then you're going to create a pelvic tilt. So keep your ribs down on the floor. Breathe in here. Squeeze your inner thighs. Good. Now lengthen your hips forward, lower your low back, lower your sacrum and lower your tailbone. Massage your hips side to side. Take the ball between your palms. Keep your feet as if you have the ball there. Fingers are in the air. And now crush the ball, crush the ball, depress the shoulders, inhale. And now exhale, keep your elbows in, bend your forearms, bend your elbows. Inhale here, exhale, lift your hips. Low bridge. Claw the mat with your toes. Breathe in here. Keep your hips high. Inhale, straighten your elbows. Depress the shoulders. Exhale, crush the ball, bend your elbows. Keep depressing the shoulders, glutes are active. Inhale, release, or straighten your arms, you're still pressing the ball. Lower glutes are active. Bend your elbows, crush the ball. Lift your arms up, depress the shoulders, glutes active, press your feet evenly. Bend your elbows, breathe in here. Lift your hips 1 inch, lower 1 inch. Lift and hold, lower. Lift and hold, lower. Lift and hold, lower. Not your arms, but your hips. Lift and hold. Your hands are bent. And lower 1 more. Lift and hold. Squeeze the ball a little more. Good. Straighten your arms. Lengthen your hips. Lower 1 and 2 and 3. Open your arms out in a T, little circles with your wrist. Drop your knees to the right and to the left. Good. Take your both feet on the ball. From your pelvic floor, there's an even straight line all the way to the crown of your head. Take your hands down alongside your body. You may or may not feel a crank. That means you're awakening some connective tissue in there or meridians that needs to be released. If that happens, just come down, stretch your legs, and come back again. Inhale, spread your toes. Exhale, lift your tailbone, lift your sacrum, lift your low back. Keep breathing here. Breathe. Maybe you close your eyes. And now allow the fibers of your glutes and your hamstrings and your inner thighs to sink all the way into the bone. So we're creating this robust sensation. Keep breathing. And if you want a little more, just wiggle your feet a little bit. Wiggle your feet. For 3, for 2, and for 1. Lengthen your hips, stretch out your legs. Good. Keep your right leg no, let me see. Let me see here. Take the ball between your thighs. Left leg down to the floor. Extend your right leg. Inhale. Exhale, squeeze your inner thighs. Abduction of the right leg. Feel the inner thighs active. Your sacrum is on the floor. And now inhale, listen to your low back. Lift your left foot 2 inches. If that's too much for you, just lift your heel. Breathe in here. Squeeze your legs. Lower your left leg down, and then relax your right leg. Inhale. Exhale, squeeze your right leg. Squeeze the ball. Squeeze the ball. Feel your inner thighs active. Power your core, sacrum on the floor. Lift your left foot 2 inches. Breathe here. Remember, your option is just to lift your left heel. For 3. Breathe 2 and 1. Drop your left leg down. Relax into the ball. Inhale. Exhale. Squeeze the ball. Squeeze the ball with your right leg. Your right leg is knee height. Breathe and feel those fibers coming all the way, wrapping your bone. Now lift your left foot. Squeeze the ball a little more. Keep breathing. Sacrum on the floor, not your tailbone. Drop your left leg down. Listen and I pause for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly release. Oh my goodness. Hug your right knee. And now external rotation, little rotation with the right hip. And I go the other way, internal, towards the midline. Your focus is on the right hip. Good. Slowly release it. Shake, 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 shake. Take the ball between your thighs. Sacrum on the floor. Extend your left leg. Your leg is active. Spread your toes, inhale. On the exhale, squeeze the ball with your left leg. Breathe in here. Feel the adductor muscles working. Power your core. Press your sacrum down. Lift your right foot or just your right heel. If you put your hand on your core, you're going to feel a lot of engagement. Press the sacrum a little more. You'll feel more engagement. For 3, 2, 1, lower your right leg down, relax into the ball. Inhale. Sacrum grounded. Left leg presses the ball. Breathe in. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. Lift your right leg up. Keep breathing. 4. Oh my gosh, this is core to the core. 2 and 1. Lower your right leg. Relax into the ball or bend your left leg if you need to. Inhale. Press your sacrum down. Core comes on. Squeeze the ball, squeeze the ball, squeeze the ball. Lift your right foot up. Press your sacrum in the center, not your tailbone. Keep breathing here for 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop your right leg only. Inhale and now pause for 8. Release a little. Press with your left leg and release. Squeeze. 6. Squeeze. Pelvic floor engage. Squeeze. 5. And 4. And 3. What do you feel when you squeeze? And 2. And 1. Slowly release. Take the ball out of there. Left knee bends. External rotation. Keep your right hip grounded. Now you're massaging. Ooh, and then go the other way. Beautiful. Slowly release it and let it go. All right. So rest on your right side of your body. And now come to your right forearm. Depress the shoulders. Inhale. Left hand on the ball. Front lower ribs are down. Now everyone stick your tushy out. You're doing an anterior tilt. You see how your ribs is poking forward, and now do the opposite. Squeeze your glutes in and your ribs are going back and down. Keep that engagement. Inhale. And now extend your left leg. Using your abduction muscles, press the ball, lift up a little, and press just to hip height. Lengthen your chest, lift up and hold. Using those glute medius here and hip height. Lift and hold. Lower. The whole body is working. Lift and hold. If you feel a little tension, breathe through it and release. Sometimes that's how you release that tissue. Lift and hold. Lower a little. You're only to hip height. That's your starting point. Lift and hold. Lower. Lift and hold. Lower. Lift and hold. And lower. One more. Lift and hold. Pause for 8, 7. Slow. 6, 5, 4. Lift your chest. 3, 2, 1. Slowly release. Take a little rest. Take your right hand underneath your chest, left hand over your head. Stretch out the side body. Lengthen your hips away from your ribs. And I slowly come out. Okay. Hand on the ball, the same engagement here. Inhale, depress the shoulders. Inhale, glutes forward, lift your hips off the floor. Press your forearms down, shoulder away from your ear. Right shoulder away from your ear. You want a little more, you're gonna kick your top leg. That's just an option. Bend your knee and drop your hips. Push the floor, come all the way to your right fingertips. Open your left arm to the left. Just to take the pressure off the shoulders. Remember, don't rely on your shoulders. Use your core, your glutes. Lift your chest a little taller. Inhale. Here we go. With control, lower your forearm. Left hand on the ball. Depress the shoulder, lengthen your hips. Lift your hips up. Stay here or extend your leg. Keep breathing, gaze forward for 3, 2, 1. Bend your leg, push the floor to your right fingertips, open your heart. One more time, inhale, forearms. Press the ball, depress the shoulders, lengthen your chest, glutes come forward, lift your hips. Lift your left leg. Stay here or kick your leg forward. You can do it with your hips down and back. Forward, flexion, and back. Keep it at hip height. Flexion and back. Your right glute is active. Flexion. Last one. Flexion and back. Drop your legs. Come all the way up. Right leg in front of the left leg. Right forearm on the floor. Now reach your left hand all the way. Gaze towards your right elbow. Lift your chest off the floor. Depress the left shoulder a little. Take advantage of this mobility here. Good. Slowly release it and come back. All right. Take a weight, one weight. We'll stay here before we go to the other side. Rest on your right forearm. Inhale. Now take your left hand right in front of you. Depress the shoulders, lift your chest off the floor. Strengthening your mid-upper back. Lift your left arm. Lower down. Gaze towards your right elbow. Lift, depress the shoulders. Lower. Lift and hold. Lower. Lift and hold. And lower. Lift and hold. And lower. Bring your weight down in front of you. Inhale. Gaze towards your right elbow. Open your left arm in a T. Slide it underneath your right arm. From your thoracic spine. Lift it to a T like you have 10 pounds. Slide it under. Lift and open. Depress the right shoulder. Slide it under. Lift and open. And slide it under. Slowly come up. Rest your left arm. Breathe in here. Stay here, or you can come to your right fingertips, depending on your mobility here. You can use 2 weights crossed over or not, it's up to you. Inhale, shoulders back and down. Lean forward towards the right side a little, and now use your triceps. If that's too hard for you, just take 1 weight and bend the elbow. And push. And bend. Push and hold. And bend. Push and hold. And bend. 5. Bend. 4. And bend. 3. And bend. 2. And bend. 1. And bend. Slowly release and relax. Oh, stretch out your legs. This is hard for you and that bothers your back. Then fold your mat and sit over the folded mat, okay? Some of you will stay just like that. You can take your right hand over the block if you need to. And some of you can also cross your legs, whatever feels comfortable for you. Both weights or one weight on your left hand. Elbow towards your ribs. Sit nice and tall. Maybe you sit on a chair for some of you. Okay, make sure that you're comfortable, please. Okay, here we go. Inhale nice and tall. Shoulders over your hips. Visualize your own body weight is doing the work. Don't depend on the weights, but you're already very active in your muscles. Wrap your muscles around your bone and now lift up for 3, 2, 1. Lower for 1. 3, 2, 1. Lower for 1. With control, 3, 2, 1. Lower for 1. 3, 2, 1. Lower for 1. Change it up. Lift up for 1 like you have 20 pounds. Lower for 3, 2, 1. Lift for 1 with control. 1, 2, and 3. Lift up for 1, 3, 2, 1. 2 and 2. Lift up for 1, 2, 2, and 1. 1, 2, 2, 1. 1, 2, 2, and 1. Now listen, squeeze for 1, push over your head, turn your palm in, lower. Lift for 1, push your palm forward, turn it in, pull it down, keep your core strong. Lift up for 1, push the hand forward, over your head, and now turn your palm in and lower. Feel the movement, lift for 1. This movement alone is very important. Push your hand forward, turn your palm in, lower. One more, lift for 1, hold. Push the palm forward, turn your palm forward. And now turn your palm in and lower. Woo! Take a little rest. Shoulder roll. Make friends with all the work you did on the left side. The whole side body work together. Feel the vibrations, breathe into it. Awesome. Okay, the whole side on the left, on the right side, wish me luck. Okay, so you're resting on the left side. Your left forearm away from your ear, right hand over the ball. Lift your chest. Now everyone stick your tushy out and notice the relationship of your spine with your hips. And now bring your tushy forward. See how nice and tall your chest is. Inhale here, squeeze your inner thighs. Exhale, lift your hips. Bottom glute active, chest forward. Gaze in front of you, depress the right shoulder. Lower down and rest. Come to your left fingertips. Open your heart, breathe. Take advantage to decompress here. Slowly come back again. Use your core to come down to your forearm. Right hand down on the ball. Depress the shoulders. Inhale. Glutes forward. Lift your hips. Maybe your right leg goes out. Breathe in here. Bend your leg. Lower down. Come to your fingertips and push away. Come back center, lower. Depress the shoulders, glutes forward, lift. Extend your leg. Stay here or kick your leg forward, hip height, and back. Forward, don't be sloppy, and push back like you're pulling a band. And 3, use your obliques back. And 2, and back. And 1, and back. Bend your knee, take a little rest, come to your fingertips and open. Slowly come back again. We missed that part, so we're just doing it reverse. Squeeze your glutes forward. Depress the left shoulder. Extend your top leg. This is your starting point. Lift up and lower to hip height. Lift up. It's awkward. Breathe to the awkward, lower. Just trying to break into the pattern of the tissue here and lower. Lift and hold. Notice what's working. Make friends with it. Lower. Lift and hold. Ooh. And lower. Bear with it. Lift and hold. Hold it here. Pause for 8, 7, 6. Shine a light in there. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh my gosh, take a break. Oh, rest your left arm underneath you and right hand over your head. Breathe. Let it go. Stick your tushy in and out a little. So we do the hard work and then we give it a little love. Good. Slowly push and come all the way up. Left leg in front of the right. Find one weight with your right hand. Left forearm down. Take your right hand in front of you. Now, the right arm wants to come to your ear. Depress it down and gaze towards your left elbow. Lift your chest off the floor. Everything is active in your body. Keep fighting for the right shoulder to go down. And now lift your right arm. And lower slow. Don't touch. Lift and hold. Lower. Front lower ribs want to pop down to the floor. Lift them off the floor. Lift. Gaze to the left elbow and lower. Lift. And lower. Lift. And lower. One more. Lift and hold. And lower. Bring your hand down by your left hand. Good. Depress the left shoulder. Gaze over your left elbow. Open your right arm to a T. And I slide it under your left arm. Elbow is bent, but form the ribs. Form the thoracic spine. Pull out to a T position. Plug the arm in. Slide it under your left arm. Lift your chest. Pull it out, T. Lower. Under your left arm. Depress the shoulders. Core active. Open to a T. Take it under. Breathe. Mobilize your thoracic spine. Last one, inhale. Exhale. Slowly come up. Take a little rest. Few shoulder rolls. Find 1 or 2 weights, cross them over. Rest on your left forearm. Gaze towards your left elbow. Inhale. And I exhale. triceps. Bend your elbow with control. Push it out. Bend slow. Push it out. Ooh. And bend. Make friends with your discomfort. Push and hug muscle to bone. And bend. Push it out. Ooh. Bend. 2 more. Push it out. Bend. Push it out. Bend, push and come up. Release a couple of shoulder rolls. Open your legs, stretch it out. Okay. Find your comfortable position. And then if you cross your legs, cross the other way. Find 1 or 2 weights. Shoulders over your hips. Right elbow by your ribs. And we go for 3 and hold, 2 and 1. Lower down for 1, slow. Don't lose the engagement. Lift for 3, 2, 1. Lower 1. 3, 2, 1. Lower 1. 1 more. 3, 2, 1. Lower 1. Change it up. Look at your wrist. Make sure your wrist is straight and it's not flexing or extending. Lift up for 1 with control. Lower 3 and hold. 2 and hold. 3 and hold. Lift up for 1. Like you have 20 pounds here. Lower 1 and hold. Let it be a little more challenging than you want it to be, because that's how you grow. 2 and 1. Lift up for 1. Lower 1. Lower 2. Lower 3. 2 and 2. Lift up for 1 and 2. Lower and lower. 1, 2. Lower, lower. 1, 2. Lower and lower. Here we go. Lift up for 1. Push the palm forward. Depress the shoulder and now turn your palm inwards and bend the elbow. Pull down with control. Lift for 1. Feel your scapula and your serratus. Push the palm forward. Over your head, not in front. Yes. Turn your palm towards you and pull it down. Push up 1. Hold. Turn your palm forward. Turn your palm in and lower. Okay, 1 more. Push up. Push the palm forward. Turn your palm in and lower. Excellent job. Release it. Ooh. All right. Let's fix my ponytail. Ooh, it's hot in here. So we're going to migrate quickly to the wall. The only thing we did not do is activating our hip flexors and quads. Just watch for a moment. You should be able to see. I'm going to move the chair. You're going to take the ball right somewhere around your low back, so it gives you support. If you have something that is slippery that you feel you're going to lose the control, then go ahead. Let me fix the camera. Go ahead and put a mat under. Otherwise, you will be good to go. All right, so stand up. Your feet will be in front of your hips slightly, okay? And now you're gonna sit on a chair, bring your palms in front of you. Now, you have to use your glutes enough so your knees don't have to stabilize you. If you feel a lot in your knees, lift your hips a little. Now your inner thighs are active, your outer glutes, everything is working. Keep breathing here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Shine a lot of light on your quad muscles. 4, 3, 2, 1. Push and straighten your legs. Inhale. Before you go, you're already shining a light on your glutes and your quad muscles. Sit back on a chair, lower, maybe a little lower. Keep breathing, depress the shoulders. You're gonna miss it, just go and do it. Breathe here, sit back on a chair, shoulders over your hips. Yes, I wanna feel those quad muscles working, your hip flexors, glutes. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Push the floor, straighten your legs. Oh, make lots of noise. Take the tension off. It gets better the more you do it because you're breaking into the lactic acid as well, and your nerve system is starting to say, oh, okay, I guess I need to do that. Again, start with your glutes. Shine a light in your glutes. Quad muscles, and of course core and everything else. Lower down, breathe. All your light is away from your knees. Everything is active. Maybe you lower a little more. 10, 9, dig your heels. Breathe here. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, push the floor, come up and rest. Unload that tension. Your heart rate may have gone up. Take the tension off your body. Let's do one last time. I promise it's the last one. Inhale, shine a light in your glutes, quad muscle. Bring it forward, push. Squeeze your inner thighs like you have a block. If that was easy, bring your feet a little closer, maybe even together. Find the next level for you. Your core is active, shoulders depressed. Squeeze your inner thighs. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Push the floor and come up. Good job, everyone. Ho, 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 ho. All right, you might feel a little shaky. Did you all feel it? Good job. All right. I think we did really everything. The only thing I want to do is for the midsection. That midsection is really, really important. So when I say bring your front ribs in, if your mid-back here is strong and stable, okay, that's going to pull those ribs into place. Okay, so the relationship between the thoracic spine and the hips, as you could see, when your glutes are out, your ribs poke forward, okay, because your core is not active and your glutes are not active. So now we're doing the opposite. Same thing with your midsection here. So if your midsection is weak, your neck is trying to do the work for you and it's not its job. So take your forearms, come to your knees, press your forearms on the floor. Now notice my ribs, you see what I'm doing here? I'm exaggerating. My rib cage is coming towards the floor. Now I'm gonna find a little light bulb and I'm gonna push it, lift the chest off the floor, Press the forearms and now lift your elbows up. Okay? Inhale. And now exhale, bring your elbows towards the midline, energetically drop down. Gaze forward. And now push it up. If you want, you can take a block right between or towards the mid-back. And let's see if we can do it without dropping the block. That will remind you to push your ribs to the block. Inhale, exhale, drop your forearms. Contact with that block the whole time. And then push it up, push the block. Lower your forearms aligned with your wrist. Push the block, push, come up. Lower down. Push the block, shoulders depressed, push and hold. Very nice. Get rid of the block. Ah, very, very good. Okay, one more. Right hand, we're gonna do a little push-up on the block. So the left hand will be on the block and your right hand will be on the floor. And now here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna extend the left leg. We're gonna extend the right leg. Depress the shoulders, come all the way to your tippy toes. Imagine that block. You're pushing that imaginary block. Drop your right knee and drop your left knee. Do a little push-up and push. Left leg back, glutes active, lift your core. Push the imaginary block, extend your right leg, come to your tippy toes. Draw the heels of your hands towards your knees. 3, 2, 1. Drop your left knee, drop your right knee, do a little push-up. Push and come back, take a little rest. Now here's what I don't want to see. I see some of your shoulders coming towards your head. You're doing this. I want to see this. Like you're pulling the heels of your hands back towards your knees. That's going to open your chest, okay? So right hand on the block. Align your left hand with the block or with your right hand. Now listen, here it is. Heels of your hands pulling back and immediately your chest comes forward. Gaze forward, lift your chest off the floor. Extend your right leg. Extend your left leg, come to your tippy toes. Find that imaginary block. Drop your right knee, drop your left knee, do a little push-up. Push up, come up. Right leg extends, left leg. Come to your tippy toes, pull the heels of your hands to your knees. Push that block from your spine. Drop your right knee, drop your left knee, do a little push-up. Push and rest. Oh, that's it, done. We are done. All right, so take the block. We're gonna do a nice massage for the neck. That's a traction. So I'm gonna show you, it's a little tricky. You're gonna go to the medium, or you do the ball, Andrea, if you don't have a block for that. You're gonna take the edge of the block right under the base of your skull, and then you're gonna hook it under. That means that your chest may have to go forward, okay? So it's under, and then you're gonna push it under. So there is a traction of the cervical spine. So I'll show you here. Left arm is underneath you. Tilt the block. So the edge of the block is going right under the base of your skull. So right now, the bottom part is off the floor. First, hook that in and now lift your chest up a little without moving the block. You want the block to be really snug, okay? Once you got that, grab your right hand and hold on to the block and now scoot your hips down a little. So you're creating traction here. Lots of pressure on the block. And now lift your chin up a little. See what that feels like. And then maybe you turn to the right. Go at your own pace here. You might find a lot of pressure right at the behind the ear, adjacent to the skull. And all of those are very relevant. You might feel even a pull towards your throat. So there's a lot of the scalenes here, the sternocleidomastoid, many, many regions. You might even feel pressure. For me, I feel it right above my eyebrow. So all of that is relevant because everything is connected. But what's important is to keep the pressure. Once in a while, you might wiggle your hips because you're releasing that tissue. If you find one pressure point, just stay and let your body dissolve into it. Relax your shoulders, but lots of pressure on the block. Once in a while, your goal is to visualize that your bones are floating inside of your skin, like all your muscles are dissolved, your tendons. If you feel any pulling anywhere, wiggle your spine, wiggle your hips to release that tissue. Wiggle your hips a little bit. Excellent. Slowly release it. And now you're going to take your softball and your tennis ball. They're going to work together. So if you looked at your thigh muscle, okay, if you sliced your thigh in half, you'll come to your hip bone here, okay? So you want to put that Pilates ball right around that region, and that's where your psoas and iliopsoas and some of the hip flexors and your lower abdominal muscles. So you're resting the ball right in that region. Your tennis ball is in your hand. Bend your right knee, and now rest on your left arm. You can rest and extend your left arm. You can use a block. Before we put the tennis ball, just massage, wiggle your hips right and left. Allow the Pilates ball to open those hip flexors. Those are a major cause for throwing your hip off and low back pain. So breathe and feel. Remember, always put lots of pressure on your props. You might feel like a lot of tension in your body. Let it open your mouth, let it leave your body. And that's because we store emotions in different parts of the body and toxins, of course. Now take the tennis ball and slide it under your left thigh, anywhere that feels good for you. You can put it right in the middle above your knee. You can put it right below the crease of your hip, wherever feels good for you. And start to sink into the balls, both of them. Just keep the pressure and let your body sink into it. You can wiggle your left foot off the floor a little. You can tuck your toes and wiggle your heel right and left, or just put all your pressure and relax the top of your foot. And your job is just to breathe and shine a light wherever the sensations are. Crash your tennis ball, crash your Pilates ball, and allow your breath to be full and a long pause, a long pause. You can go towards the lateral side of your thigh, so you can walk your left foot towards the right a little. And you might get another angle. And breathe into that. Long breath. Oh my gosh. Okay, slowly come out of there. Ooh. And take your ball right under the left armpit region, okay? Now, scoot your hips as far down as you can. If this is too much for your neck, you can always put a block under your forearm. And then just roll forward and back or just stay still. But visualize energetically that you're pulling your ribs towards your hips. And keep scooting your hips down as you create more space. Let the tissue just elongate here. The force is coming from your breath. You can also go towards your pecs a little and also towards the back, the scapula, or just stay still. Time will take care of all the region, but breathe fully. You can stay here or you can bend your right knee and now scoot your left thigh to the left. So now you're coming towards your chest, right to the side of your breast. And scrape the tissue with your ball. Breathe, three-dimensional breathing. Try to use less force from your muscles so your body can relax, but more breath and more pressure. It's a very quiet practice now. For the last 5 breaths, if you want to take your tennis ball where your Pilates ball was right under the little bony part, you can take the ball inside of the iliopsoas, right to the left of your belly button and right above your pubic bone. It's very sensitive, so just be careful. But that's a nice way now to open into the deep iliopsoas muscle. And then you can shift your chest right and left. Another way is to do a little hula hoop over the tennis ball. Sink and put your weight on the balls. Notice what's involved. Walk your left knee backwards a little more. And slowly release and come out of it. Oh, this is so medicinal. It really, really is. Ay, ay, ay. Good job, everyone. Flush it all out. And now we go to the other side. So remember, from the center of your right thigh, if you go in a straight line, you'll hit your hip bone. And you're going to rest your Pilates ball in there. Your tennis ball is waiting for you in your hand. Bend your left knee. Walk your right leg back. Tuck your right toes under and stretch it out. And now you can rest on your right arm or on a block. And now mold your body over the ball. Lots of breathing. Keep the traction as you create more space. Tuck your right toes or walk your right knee backwards. How long is your breath? How long is your pause? Take your tennis ball and put it somewhere on your thigh. It could be right below the crease. It could be right above the knee. And now sink into the balls. Long breath. Catch yourself tensing up. Once in a while, you're doing a little hula hoop over the balls. Open your mouth, let go of any steam. You can walk your right foot to the left if you want to go towards the lateral of the leg. Once in a while, a little hula hoop will help you to release some tissue. Long inhalation, longer pause, and longer exhalation. Allow your muscles to relax. Wiggle your hips a little bit. Slowly come up. Oh my gosh. Woo. Okay, we're gonna take the ball under your right armpit region. Make sure you have a block in case you need to rest your forearm on it. But before you get there, first, scoot your hips so there's a load. Oh, wait a minute, we didn't do the block. Wait. We didn't do the block on the right side of the neck. So the edge of the block first, I forgot that side. So the edge of the block, and then scoot your chest up. Grab the block with your left hand, and then scoot your hips down. And notice this side might be totally different. Keep the pressure and then go back and forward. You might feel this radiating all the way down to your tailbone because it's all connected. Tuck the edge of the block right under the base of your skull. All right, so now we're gonna come up. Pilates ball under your armpit. And then scoot your hips way down so there's a traction on the right side of your body. And as you create more space, keep scooting your hips down. And you energetically pulling your ribs towards your hips on the ball. And then feel free to go right and left a little, or stay still. And now you can take your Pilates ball, you're gonna bend your left knee in a tree pose, and then the ball goes right inside of the little hip. Okay, so to the right of your belly button and above your pubic bone. Walk your right knee back so there's traction. You can stay, or you can do like a little hula hoop over the ball. You can move your chest right and left. Try to liberate your bones within your body. So you're going inside of the iliac, inside of the hip bone there. You will know when you're on there. Slowly, slowly come up and release it. Whoa, good stuff. All right. Last one, let's rinse the back a little bit. Take the tennis ball under your hips, not the tennis, the Pilates ball, tennis ball in your hand. And now take the tennis ball on the right side of your trapezius, right below your neck, towards the upper back. Again, you'll know if you don't feel something, just move it a little bit around where you are. Make sure you have room, and then just work your right hand, little circle, bend the elbow, little circles. Go in both directions. You can also keep your hand straight over your head and roll up and down. That feels amazing. And you can go in different directions, diagonal a little. Up and down, side to side. Your hips can go right and left and up and down. And then maybe circle your elbow. You can go right above your shoulder. Okay, there's a bunch of tissue there that it's hard to stretch, but with this Pilates ball you can. With your arm over your head, just scoot your hips up and down, and you might get the tennis ball right above your shoulder there. Slowly release it. Adjust your Pilates ball if you need to, and find the ball on the left side. You can bend your elbow and do little circles. And notice that this side could be totally different. And then you can take your arm over your head and then rock up and down, or right and left. And you can alternate. Go slow and put lots of pressure on the ball. Find the spot and put pressure on it. Little hula hoop on your Pilates ball helps you to connect the two balls. Slowly release. Oh my goodness. Okay, lift your hips and move the Pilates ball. Stretch out your legs and see how you feel. Notice the vibrations in your body, the release, the strength, the mobility, the breathing, the mindfulness. Visualize the exchange of chemicals in your body. Totally activated the lymphatic system here, detoxing and promoting the blood flow and the nutrients through your connective tissue. You may notice your breath more free, more full with volume. And you may notice that your mouth is a little dry because you detoxed a lot, so you need to drink after the class. Take a moment to be grateful for your practice today. How lucky we are to be here to do this beautiful work for a better lifestyle. And then bend your knees and roll over to the side in a fetus pose. Push your top leg and come up to a seat. My son-in-law, not my son-in-law, my grandson did a puppet show. And he goes, today is Monday and make it a happy day. So I will say, today is Tuesday and let's make it a happy day. Namaste. Thank you. I will see you next week. And this Sunday we have Yin Yoga. I hope you guys can join us in person or virtual. I love that practice. Wonderful and blessings to all of you. Bye-bye.